Well, hello, welcome back, my Royal Rogues. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue, and we need to talk about Harry and Meghan. We haven't talked about Harry and Meghan in a while, because Harry was on his solo trip trying to do stuff, I guess, like do some work, go to Well Child and try to be seen, because that's important for brand image those days. But at the same time, we have not seen him talking much about the Polo documentary that we know that it is not going to be that well received because there has not been really a reaction to whatever it has Netflix put out. And that is a big problem because this is the issue. Meghan, that she appeared with her Carolina Herrera red dress. And she tried to upstage Harry in some way because that Harry was taking all the space and headlines and all this stuff. He has been the protagonist of the Montecito house for many days. We already know why Meghan did not want to come out. She was not feeling well, and not because of a cold or anything, but that Hollywood Reporter article. But she finally comes out because she needed to, appear in some way. She needed the headlines to be about her, even if there was no records or pictures that she was actually invited to the Children's Hospital evening, that dinner or whatever it was. We got pictures of the outside in the carpet, red carpet, whatever, but not inside. So she was a bit desperate about that. Again, they thought, both of them, that they could go with the split brand. That we have been talking about this for quite a long time. I think that the first instances that we're talking about the split brand of Harry and Meghan were as far as 2021, like at the end of 2021. We already were talking about that. It would be a great idea in terms of that would be more flexible. And we saw some of that when Meghan wanted to do her podcast alone and everything that Harry did was on his own. But we know that Meghan did not want to be excluded from the Polo thing. And Harry, so Meghan didn't feel as bad. Then he decided to not participate as much in the Polo documentary, even if the Polo documentary was about him. Finally, they had a project about Harry that Harry could lead in some way. But I told you, and this is something that I told you back then, is that Harry had to make all these trips to do the interviews himself, to be hands-on with the documentary himself, and Meghan did not like that part. And Harry, he goes by the saying, happy wife, happy life. And if there is a saying that says angry Meghan, I don't want to finish it. It's gonna be ugly, you know how it is. But then again, I see many reports of or rumors and gossip about a separation. There's not a separation per se, but the splitting brands has been a bit, let's say, stressing for the Montecito house. And the brand separation was also intended to Harry try some kind of, getting back into the UK, if you know what I mean. Getting back to Buckingham Palace, getting back to talk to his father. But that is not happening anytime soon. We know that the king is really busy, as busy as pausing his cancer treatment because he wants to be hands-on on his work. I told you in the Catherine video I just did that I think that he's making the right call. He must know what he's doing. I don't think that he's going to be reckless about that. But then it leaves Harry in some kind of limbo that he cannot escape, because Harry is basically doing nothing. You know, when was the last time we heard about Better Up doing something? Maybe the what's left of the year we could be hearing about Better Up, but Better Up hasn't been doing that well either way, because you know that the tech industry in California has been on a downward spiral since 2022, and that's another factor. You know that the star factor of Harry has been dwindling as well. He's not very popular in the UK, but in the United States, who really cares about Harry? So the last opportunity they had was with these projects that, well, we are in October. We have no teaser of whatsoever of Meghan's cooking show. American Riviera Horchard was never mentioned again. We have all these scandals of people that claim that Meghan is less than ideal as a boss, which has caused damage enough in whatever project they have. And then you have all these people, like the production houses that tried to work with Meghan, both in the documentary or in this cooking show. They have names, they have anecdotes, they have stories, and that's something that the Montecito house is trying to just like silence. In many ways, they're trying to silence that, because if the ball keeps rolling in that direction, it's not going to end well. And many companies that have worked with Archwell will realize that the dysfunction doesn't come from external sources, and the dysfunction doesn't come from people who are, well, effectively leaving Archwell in droves since forever. But the dysfunction comes especially and specifically from the Montecito duo, if not saying Meghan Markle herself. So it's like the Hollywood Reporter. You might say, "Oh, yeah, it's already past tense. It's already gone." No, it has been a strain both inside Archwell, and every other project they had is, well, essentially paused, if not canceled, because nobody wants to work with problematic people. Celebrities are problematic in many ways already. Why would you want to go with people who, one, they have dilapidated, they have destroyed their own credibility and star power? Yes, they bring headlines, but it's not the headlines that put RSS in seats or grant subscribers or views. It's like, I have told you this many months ago, maybe from 1 year ago. We content creators in YouTube space that we talk about Harry and Meghan, we pump millions of views about them, but much more views than them. It is fascinating in which how this industry of communications has switched to, well, the power to the people, to us, to the content creators. And, well, this has upset many people. I have told you about this phenomenon in my Scene Surgeon channel, in which Disney puts out any kind of stuff out there. And what happens is that people don't watch whatever Disney puts out, and certainly will not watch whatever Archwell and Netflix put out, or whatever Meghan and Harry put out. They will wait until us, the content creators, watch the stuff and then watch our videos on that, our reviews. That's what's happening. And that business is viable for some companies like Disney, but it's not viable for other companies like Netflix. And Netflix is in real trouble right now because of that. You might say, okay, it's a streaming juggernaut, but the profits, this is the problem of streaming services. They're gonna be like a limit to that, and people are cutting costs and saying and realizing, well, we just cannot cannot do this. So whatever Harry and Meghan had at any point, including the books in which Harry might have claimed that he sold all those books, but you have to remember that to sell books, you also have to do marketing. It's like in the cinema industry. And the marketing, well, it is quite costly because you are essentially competing with everyone else. What is the attraction that all these companies had about Harry and Meghan in the first place? Well, that they had star power and people wanted to know their story, and they could be attached to any other thing. They could be attached to Serena Williams' divorce, which they didn't, or Serena could have been attached to Meghan Markle's divorce, which she didn't. And there have been also gossip that Meghan has been in touch with Alexis Ohanian, Serena's husband, for reasons that, well, in that regard, I haven't been able to find out or confirm anything. But the current situation is this. A lot of stress in Montecito house. They are realizing that splitting the brands is not working. Why? And this is something that I forgot to tell you from the start of this video. It's not working. The splitting of the brands is not working because people naturally pay more attention to Harry than to Meghan. You might say, oh, when Meghan comes out, everyone is talking about her. But that's a problem. It's about her, not whatever she's attached to. And as I'm asking this question like 2 years ago, what her substance? Harry has, it's incredible. It's baffling for me to say that Harry has more substance than Meghan. It's something outrageous. I know. It's something that I don't know how I'm saying this. But even if Meghan is the one who is controlling the relationship, Harry is still the one who has the royal power because he was born with it. That is not going anywhere at all in like ever. So Meghan is a bit angry, not only from the attacks of the media with all these claims of bullying, Harry being in the spotlight and being on his own for so long, and she began to feel insecure and decided to invite herself and her red dress to the children's hospital venue or dinner or something. That's the current state of things. My prediction is that give it, which is what, October 10th. Give it 1 week and we will see them together at a parking lot or something like that. Just to see, they are reunited. Maybe they will kiss in front of the cameras. Maybe do something. I'm sure that they're going to invite all those photographers, which we cannot share the photos because we get our videos flagged. All the stuff. I already had to deal with some of those suckers, but I'm sure that we'll get around. We'll solve it. I already have my AI paparazzi studio, so maybe I could deal with that. But again, I would love to know what you think about this in the comments. Rogues, remember to download my free body language tips in the description of this video. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. Much love and bliss.